Yes.
Well, I think that one of the most important things people need to realize is how many factors are involved in impairing this pathway. And just think of this pathway as your transportation system. This is the pathway that's important for taking in what the cell needs and disposing of the waste products that are given off. And that highway is impacted through this pathway by stress hormones, by aging, by toxic load, by chemicals, by the toxic side effect of drugs, and the list goes on and on. By trans fats, which they're finally getting out of the food, but still in some, by adulterated oils. In other words, processed food is our biggest enemy. And now, with what's been happening in our skies for a long time, that people haven't paid attention to, what's happening too is the poisoning of our water supply that, of course, is getting into the food. And people need to start to realize that 25 years or so ago, jet engines were altered to basically produce no condensation. So the only, when someone says to someone, well, that's condensation, well, I'm sorry, but you might see one of those planes in a month that has condensation coming out of them because it's 30 years old. The others today don't have that. What they have coming out of them is aluminum oxide, bromine oxide, cesium, lithium. Do you want me to go on? Radioactive. Bromine oxide is 10 times more toxic than arsenic.
Yes.
You hear all these
Already got soil, and from that's getting into our food.
Absolutely. And of course, you can see behind me here, but we've been feeding the animals for a few years now. Like, they're just lining up night and day. I think we're in a suburb, but I'm very close to the Bruce Trail. Well, the deer come up, the fox eat out of our hands, the skunks and raccoons together come to the back door. Why? All the bugs and insects are being destroyed because the pH of the soil is altered. And of course, the soil now no longer has these bugs and everything else. So that environment in the soil is all changing. And now what happens is we get runoff because the soil is all becoming without aeration from all these microbes. The water does not absorb into the ground.